I was the first employee of TSR Hobbies.
Were you really?
Nice.
Wow.
I founded Dragon Magazine, and I edited all the supplements from Black Moron.
And so what type of what edition are we running here? Are we running the actual original?
Yes, old school. The first 6 books. That's all I play with. I don't even use Gods, Demigods, and Heroes because that's unnecessary. We're not fighting gods. Who cares, you know? I don't care how many hit points Thor has. You're never going to meet him. Okay?
And now for the rest of you guys who are here, I mean, was this like an invite-only thing, or how did you find out about this?
Yeah, I told these guys that I would write an original adventure for them and hold them. They take me to dinner every year here, so I thought I'd pay them back.
Websites we're associated with. One of them's called the ACAM, www.acaeum.com. The other is Dragon's Foot, and they're both slanted towards first edition and OCE box settings.
Now,
I must say also, sir, you have excellent taste in cigars. But
Actually, I bought that because of the fuzzy box.
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to smoke anymore. But I've never seen a fuzzy box to roll my... And I have these beautiful dice made out of red tiger eye. And I never use them because I'm not going to chip them on this.
Sure.
But hey, in there, they're safe. They're on fuzz.
Nice.
now with a group this large, I got to ask you a strictly GM question here. How do you handle a group this large like this? I mean,
That's what I'm used to. Old school, there would be one DM in a game group, and everybody wanted to play. You had to accommodate everybody. You can say, yeah, you can play today, and you can play. No. So I'm used to this. It devolved down into 4, 5, 6 people playing at a time, and I even have heard of people that 2 people, one DMing and one adventuring, and that's kind of pointless to me. I always thought it was the synergy of the group that was the most interesting aspect of this. You can take 12 strangers at a con, and within 2 hours' time, they're working as a team that's really rather remarkable. As a school teacher, I wish I could do it in the classroom.
you don't find though that they, as players, they get too distracted when they're not able to do something?
I don't have a problem with that. I've always had large groups. I started playing in '74 and took the game back to my college group, and for about the next year, my group basically acted as a tester group for Gary, and so he tried out a lot of new stuff on my group, and we always had 8, 9, 10 people show up. So I've always handled big groups. Right now, they're doing something I call my SOPs, the standard operating procedures. If you provide those at the beginning of the game, if you're going to play for 4 hours, you get 40 more minutes of playing time and not arguing about who's doing what. Who's in front, all right, if you're in a single file, double file, triple file, 3 wide. When you're in combat, who's in the front row, who's in the back. If you determine all that stuff now, the number of people doesn't make any difference. Because, okay, I know where they're at, and so if the bad guy goes after the third guy in the front, oh, it's you. All right, no, it wasn't me, I wasn't there. It just takes care of all that stuff. And it makes handling a large group easier. When I started doing this about a year ago, running these big adventures, everybody was kind of like, oh, how do you do that? Oh, I just always have. And so you get more people to play that way, and more people have fun, and 12 minds are better than 6. As a DM, it's frustrating when they can figure out something that you spent, a week working out and all these wonderful tricks and traps, and you get 8, 9 people together and they walk through it in 40 minutes, and the next time you didn't spend much time and the same 8 people take 3 hours trying to, figuratively beat their head through the door until they get there. So I don't have a problem with large groups. I enjoy large groups. You get more input, more good ideas, more silly ideas, and I get to kill more people.
No, that's always a good thing. All right, so Tim, just so I get your last name spelled right, it's Kask? Mm-hmm. Okay, excellent. And what are you doing now? I mean, you mentioned teaching. Are you teaching right now?
School teaching. Yeah, I'm a high school social studies teacher, and I'm writing stuff like this. I've got a few in hand. I use these groups as kind of a play test because I'll be putting out professional product late this fall or early in the spring. I'm involved with a company that's forming that has several old school names involved in it that we're all going to be writing this type of game material. So for me, it's an interesting way to play test and tweak. And I got out of the hobby for over 20 years, so I had to see if I still had my chops. And people have been having fun, so I guess I do.